So we have a bit of a dilemma. First off, I don't have my socks on yet, and that's not a plus. I'm kind of cold. My hair is still wet because I got out of the shower not too long ago. But worse than that, I've got a cat in my chair. Look at this thing. Amari! Amari, I gotta sit down. What are you doing? Amari, what? So, this is problematic. I did, Cody. Gotta give me a second to react to it. I gotta catch up a little bit. I'm gonna leave a switcher on. First off, admire my delicious shirt. This is the Witch King of Angmar from Lord of the Rings. Thought it was pretty cool. I made the design myself, or took the design and cleaned it up and edited some things on it. Like, look at this. I added, I'm going major nerd mode, but I see the crack. Where is the crack? Okay, the crack right there. You see the crack in the eye armor? I don't know if you can see that there, but yeah, I added that. Did that, no big deal. I feel like I just had my, like, listen, I know it's bad, but it could be worse. It could be a brony, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's the Witch King. Yeah, I made my own shirt. I liked it. Actually, I didn't really make my own shirt. Okay, I made my own shirt. I sent it to my mom, and she got it for me for my Christmas. So that's kind of cringe. It's like, hey mom, this is what I want to get it for me. So, hey Cody, I love you too. 21 months, appreciate it, brother. Good to see you, man. It's been a long time since we've played together. It's been a long time. I don't know if you're just busy with WoW or what, but hope you're doing well. Maybe if this whole Lord of the Rings Online, the server update and the PvP update is good, maybe you'll come try out that game with me. Hey Joey, Midget, good to see Midget, Nunchi, Savvy Drone, Dragonfly, Sam, Cushy, good to see everybody. It's going well. It's going pretty well. This is just gonna be a really short stream because I gotta catch. I gotta catch up on some of the paid VODs because we got a couple paid VODs that I've got still waiting. So those of you guys don't know, we've transitioned to full paid coaching because this is kind of like my bridging from, I have a plan of something I'm working on during the summer, but obviously that's going to be a little whiles away. So in the meantime, I'm going to be trying to stream as much as I can because I really enjoy that. So unfortunately for me to spend this much time still in Overwatch, I have to make some money out of it. Part of the reason why I quit competitive coaching is because that did not provide that. So I'm going to be streaming because it doesn't make great money, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. I like playing around with you guys and working with you guys. I've been way too like congenial so far in the stream. It's making me uncomfortable. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Excuse me. If I have to put, you guys want to know where the stream roasting came from? Okay, so here's the plot. Here's the thing. Okay, I have always been, when it comes to coaching or instruction, a little tough, a little like rough, like tough love, that kind of thing. That's just kind of how I've liked coaching. I don't know if it's something I got from my dad or if it's just got from, because I played a lot of sports and I always liked the tougher coaches. So I don't know if that's something I picked up from them, whatever. But I don't like always roast people. But here's, you guys want to hear a fun story because you got the early streamers, you guys get a secret story, okay? What got me into roast coaching is when I was trying to make it with streaming, right? I was trying to make it with content creation or whatever years ago before I even did competitive coaching, team coaching. I remember I'd been streaming for a long time, reaching out to everybody for VOD reviews, and just nobody's tuned in to stream. Like, it was like 4 or 5 viewers a stream, and this was like, I'd been streaming for months, and I had a decent amount of followers, and I was feeling really sad and really tired, and I didn't feel like streaming, and I was like, man, I've been doing this forever, and it's still not doing anything. I don't even want to do this anymore. And I remember one day, I just was really tired, and I was like, I don't even feel like streaming, and I just was like, all right, you know what? That's it. I'm just going to tear this one a new one. I'm going to keep myself awake and focused by just having fun with it. I'm just going to have fun. And so I just started like lambasting him and screaming at him and just making up the funniest roast that I could think of and doing whatever. And that's when my stream started to grow. So ladies and gentlemen, there's a psychological connection because when I used to teach children gymnastics and stuff like that, I remember I did a summer camp one time when I was a teenager. And I ran, like, there was like 15 kids. I don't understand like what the logic with that was. Like, I literally had no help, no supervising adults. It was just me with 15 kids, and it was a complete. I mean, I did a pretty good job, but it was like insanity. Anyway, but when I'd run out of things to do, I would slap my hands, and they'd all run down. And they'd sit in the mats. That was like the signal. And then they were all excited because they knew it was story time. And the way we did story time is they would tell the story individually. They'd take turns telling the story, and then make it up as they went. Now, inevitably, what I learned with kids is that it would always involve, because I would act out the story, it would always involve me hurting myself Once upon a time, Johnny walked down the road, and then he ran and got hit by a car, and then, you know, I'd flop over on the mat, you know, and they'd die laughing, and you know, and so on. And I learned that there's something psychologically about people finding, like, not serious abuse, but like mild, lighthearted, tongue-in-cheek abuse, absolutely hilarious. Like, you guys remember America's Funniest Videos, or even Fail Army? You know what I'm saying? Like, half of those are just people doing something stupid and slightly injuring themselves. You say children are mean, but I just told you that you guys, my stream started growing when I started screaming at people. My biggest streams are when I'm roasting people the hardest. It's like I've noticed this over years, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, it's not like, as long as everybody knows it's all in good fun, but it is pretty funny. That kind of logic carries through with kids who adults. Find a new insult. Mr. Rogers would be disappointed in you. You're in some random guy's streamer cashing in channel points to find a new insult. The insult is the fact that you even cashed in those points. Mr. Rogers would be disappointed in you. Thank you for the follow. I guess we get started then. I'm gonna drink some water. I love this water bottle. You don't know whom? Okay, listen. Here's the rule. I'm gonna do one more new insult, and then I'm gonna have to take a break because you guys are making me run out of insults. You have to spread them out. I'm gonna have to crank up. The channel points. You guys are killing me. Here's the deal. Nunchi, you're probably as handsome as you are smart. That one's a little bit ambiguous. Now I'm not cashing it. Oh hey, you Jat. I'm not doing. No more new insults. No more new insults. You're gonna have to wait. I do not have a spreadsheet. I make up most of them on the fly, and then I have like a half a dozen that I've saved up that I thought of or I saw it somewhere that I thought were funny. You're very ugly. Okay, well there you go. That's not a surprise. Scam, 3,000 points wasted. Yeah. All right. Look, the Okay, fine, Ejat, fine. I swear, you guys are the worst. You're like little babies. Let's see here. I've used that one before. Okay, here's this one. Here's a good one, Ejat. All right, Ejat, you have delusions of adequacy. I'm not cashing in that one, Savvy Drone. You're not worth my time. Okay, there's your insult. You're not even worth my time. Okay, I've done that one before, but yeah, we're not going. If you guys ever come find a good insult, send it to me. I will always adapt. It's just like Overwatch, you know. You take feedback and you get help from other people. You know, you don't always have to do it all on your own. It's a team game, guys. Learning how to humiliate others. Stop, Cody. No. I've been dealing with children. No, I need to coach. VOD. I don't even know what Alpha's playing here. Alpha's on Zen. Okay, so Alpha's on Zen. I honestly don't remember the SR. Give me a second, guys. Alpha. Okay. Okay, give me just a second, chat. I want to find out what SR this is. I mean, we could try and figure it out as we go, but I don't know. There's nothing. It's just the VOD, and that's it. Okay, so I have no idea what SR this is. I mean, we can probably get a pretty good idea of it. But yeah, let's just have some fun, guys. Let's just have some fun. Okay. Last things before we go. You like cosplaying, Spilo? Oh my gosh. Yes, your SR stream coming? I mean, unironically, I guess this is what we're doing. I guess so. All right, let's roll. Guess the SR. My ears dry. All right, yeah, I can put my earbuds in. Where the flip are my earbuds? All right, here we go. What's at least GM? Is it? Oh, Suna's in here. And Yenza. Oh, man. Well, that ruins things. We got Oni God, Yenza, Henningsen, Suna. Pretty sure the name Damien rings a bell, too. Well, poop. Lamest game of Guess My SR ever. Spilo haircut? No, it's just wet. Why am I stretched? Because I don't know, because it's replay and I just like tabbed in randomly. They have hybrid? Which one's hybrid? Ow, my leg! Is LS5 hybrid? No, okay. Alright, sweet girl. Mine wants to be sitting a lot. Henningsen laughing? What's the deal with Henningsen? Alright. Again, look at this. I literally just start stream. I have done nothing, and this is me. Amari, hi. She's a good kid. She's an only cat, so she's kind of needy. Oh yeah, my hair looks awful. Holy cow. This is what happens. Like my hair can stay up on its own, but if it's like super wet, it just tends to do. Like what even is this? I'm just gonna leave it. I can't be bothered. Yenza. Yeah. What is kind of interesting about Yenza is like he was people did not like Yenza. He had a lot of those like the win trading accusations and like but I guess credit to his grind. Like people have started to respect him a lot more, which I think is good. I mean, he's a great Pharah, you know. Clearly a great Pharah. I'm still trying to catch up on your other streams. I mean, yeah, I guess just prior, like you can 1.5, 1.75. The only problem with that is I talk way too fast. So you're gonna like, you know, you're gonna have to catch up. It's gonna be superhuman, something like that rap god thing. Okay. I mean, this is just pretty much meta comp. Like, you probably wouldn't play Echo. The Echo's definitely not as attractive here. I don't want to go super in detail on, like, the map control thing with Zenyatta. So I think we did that a lot yesterday. So first thing I would recommend to Alpha is make sure that if you can to catch on my stream yesterday, where I go over Lucer's VOD a little bit more in depth about your role in this composition. But we will briefly touch on it. Basically, your job is to control, like to win flank wars, to win the angles, and to assist your Tracer and Ball in winning their wars. With your no, stop! I'm right. Look at what my cat is doing. Okay, you guys want to see something? I'm sorry. We literally have to stop this. What are you doing? What are you doing? She's chewing on this. What are you doing, Amari? Why are you chewing on the block of wood? And yes, that is a pile of blankets and pillows for the cat to sleep in. It's pathetic. She's spoiled rotten. She's being weird, man. I don't know what's going on. Okay. But yeah, your job is to use your Harmony and Discord and your shots to control those angles so that you never really ever get dove. And then once you kind of deny their Ball Tracer from like their space or whatever composition that they're running, then you can easily just put pressure on main. But it's a really easy trap with Zenyatta just to continue to spam right clicks down chokes when there are other things to do. Now, depending on the composition, like if you're playing up against Brawl or whatever, then that's really all that there is to it, because Brawl is more clump. There isn't map or flanks or angles that they're going to be taking as much. I'm all right. No, stop shit. But against this comp, for example, your priority is going to be like keeping Discord, like bully Ball, bully Tracer, because I assume Unigod's going to go Tracer, and bully Pharah. Like these three guys, you want to be discording and pressuring it as much as you possibly can. I'm all right. What are you doing? She's scratching the lampshade. She's being a freak. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, don't like putting a lot of pressure on Zarya, Zen, maybe Mercy if she flies on the open. But like that's just, it's not going to lead to a lot of kills. It's not going to lead to a lot of pressure.
Round one. Capture the objective.
I mean, most of my VODs are already cropped and uploaded to YouTube. But I don't go through and cut out all the discussion in between, because I used to do that, but it took way too long. Because I had to individually watch every single stream of mine all over again. I have to deal with your agony of watching me talk. Okay, so like this is a good example right here. So like this is pretty standard on this map in particular, where the team fight rolls out and teams try and fight and win and control here. Teams don't go to point. You don't go to point, because if you go to point, then you get flanked. You either get flanked from up here or you get flanked from up here. So you're gonna win and clear this angle here. He's going. Oh, he's going Junkrat. That's super weird. And then once you do that, you can push people onto the point while you're shooting this angle here. Now Yenza is going to be going co-side. There's a lot more pressure and angles here, but what you need to be watching out with Yenza is two things. One, you need to watch for his concussive grenade, concussive blast initiates, so he will go hyper aggressive here, in which case your McCree is going to need a lot of help, and you're going to want to be putting pressure on Yenza. And number two, you're going to want to be watching him to do things like this and flanking from this direction, because obviously Pharah, the only way Pharah can work is very similar to Winston against a lot of anti-Pharah comps, and that's by flanking or going very aggressive at the right times, and Yenza is very good at that. Now, one thing I do want to say, especially because they're on Junkrat, is whenever you possibly can, I don't want you stacking on top of your Ball. Now, Amari, stop chewing on the lampshade. No, shoot. She's being weird, guys. And what I mean by that is obviously you have to be a little concerned with the ball, but you don't want to give Yenza an initiation to where he has both of you guys clumped up. It should be he engages on McCree, you have a pretty good angle on him. He engages on you, your McCree has pretty good angle on him. That's kind of it in a nutshell. So not just about like the angle control, but like not being clumped up in one spot. Good job here, already denying the ball. Yeah. But like right here, I'm a little concerned. I don't really want you back here. I think this is like a good way of like not really getting space pressure on your team. Because right now you need to be pressuring these guys. Because if you look at the situation right here, like if you guys lose white and are tunneled back in here, Yenza is just going to farm you. It's like the situation of like you're anticipating pressure, so you run away, but by running away, you make it even easier for them to dive you. So you need to play your corner, obviously. But right here, chat, where should Alpha be peaking right now? Can you guys tell me? Where do you guys think? I want you guys to tell me, where should Alpha be going right now? This is where like we start to understand like the angles and like corners and things like that. I think this is a really important point of the review, because this is going to set the stage for like the rest of the review. Is this really where he wants to, like, this is where he wanted to be earlier, but where do you think he should peak now? Look at the situation here. Look at the map. If you peak here, what is your LOS like? It's only on core, right? If you double back, you now have a better angle, and you can start to spam things from an off angle. Yeah, exactly. You can go low right. So I know I literally just said I don't want you back here, and I still stand by that. I don't want you back here, but I want you peaking and like alternating your angles with where your team is positioned. Again, I don't want you stacked with your Kree Sigma. There's no reason for that. They're not running full dive, especially. You need to be like peaking different angles, because if you guys are clumped up here, this is how Yenza's going to farm you. You guys are going to get outflanked. So deny the ball. Good. But do you see how much value Yenza's getting? Like, Yenza is like literally just like free farming here. Whereas if you were here, you could be discording and shooting him and like divulge, make him look at you and make him have to play awkwardly. Like, he'd have to play really awkwardly. You're giving him this angle by stacking with your core. So my point is number one, you have failed to position yourself in a way to where you have any good LOS on angles or flanks that are important for you to control. In other words, you didn't really get, like, you did get some shots on the ball, but you're directing a lot of your damage on core. And number two, the reason why you're doing that is because your positioning is poor. Like, I'm telling you guys, this is pretty nitpicky stuff, but this is really important. Like, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Stop right now. How did your McCree kill the Pharah? How did it happen? Did he just hit a crazy shot? No. Watch. This is how you do it. Where's Yenza's cover? There's nowhere. That's the whole point of taking angles. Now, notice how you and your Kree should do it. I don't like hybrids. Okay, hybrid's probably swinging a little wide. He should probably be a little closer to cover. But that's the idea right there. You know, you've got pressure from here, and you've got pressure from here. And now where does the Pharah hide? She can't hide from here and here at the same time. It's impossible. Because if she hides up here, she's going to get shot by Sigma, and it's a really awkward hiding spot. This one, she can't hide from here, you know, and here. It doesn't work. Could both McCree and Zen do the same thing, or would that be overkill? I mean, sure, but you need to be like taking angles. You need to be taking angles, and just because they're on ball doesn't mean you don't take angles. Obviously, you don't want to be like too far away from. You want to be within Mercy LOS, and your health pack is great, near a corner. And if you see ball, do you guys remember the Lucer review yesterday? If you see ball, you prioritize shooting him. But this is how you get the kill. Now, you did get a headshot her, so well done. But that was just a mechanical shot. That was not you making a good decision and good things happen. Nice. And see, do you see what happens here? It's just the same thing as a Lucer review yesterday. You kill the angle, which in this particular instance is the pharmacy, like that's their angle right now, and then you can put pressure on backline. Because now you guys can know there's no distractions. There's no risk of, hey, if we focus on this end, Yenza's going to kill us. There's nothing. There's no distraction at all, so you could just go for backline. Easy. Yeah, shoot Zarya. I don't really like your positioning here. I really want you to be like deepening here. Like, remember, like you win the angle and then you deepen on the angle. So like right now, why are you playing point? You should be pushing up here. This is where you should be pushing up, right here. Right through here. Not here. Like, not only is it safer for you, but it's easier to actually follow up and get kills. Okay. Deny Yin's outside. Do not let him get... So, like, as soon as he starts to flank around this way, he's instantly discorded. Just to slow him down, if nothing else. So, a question. When you have experimental patches that potentially change the meta, do teams scrum with experimental settings? If we anticipate the next official to be played on those settings, then yes, we do. Is McCree taking one, Zen taking one? Yeah, you don't want to... And the thing is you can take angle supported. Like, you guys don't all have to take an individual different angle and communicate it. But if you see, like, your Sigma's applying pressure in here, and, you know, your McCree's in here, then you should be here. Even if your Sigma's here, well, then you and your Cree could be here, right? And then, you know, if your ball's engaging, well, then you can swing even wider and go even more aggressive. Oh, yikes. You guys should be able to res that, right? You don't have res? Or no, your ball got resed.
Adversity is an opportunity for change.
I've heard Zen can often stack on Sigma instead of taking his own angle. Yes, sure. Like, especially if you're playing up against, like, Ball Tracer, then it can help a little bit. But do you notice who's missing from that equation? You're stacking with your Sigma, but there's no McCree in that equation. That means that your McCree should be taking an angle. So I think it's like kind of like it's a case-by-case basis. But somebody needs to be taking an angle. In that particular instance, your entire team was stacked in core, and you did not take the opportunity to take an angle. You instead just walked into your team, which means that their team could hide from all of the damage. So, like, right now, chat, who are our target priorities here? Again, target priority is Tracer, Ball, Pharah. Those are the space creators right now. Like, Zarya, Zen, Mercy, don't worry about it. Right now, we need to prioritize preventing that ball from setting up, because if the ball never sets up, then we're not at risk of dying. We need to prevent this Tracer from distracting us, and then we can just play slow. We just play around the space, and we win. I would like an analogy of the concept of map control and RTS for angles. I'm not familiar with the RTS game mode, honestly. Well, I don't even know what RTS is. Like, what is RTS? I know it rings a bell, but, like, I can't quite... So, chat, this is really important. This is really important. So, obviously, Tracer's a threat, but this is a situation where you prioritizing shooting Tracer is really, really good. Because, remember, this Tracer's job is to distract you, well, not to distract you, but to put pressure on you and either get the kill for his Mercy Pocket, whatever, and create space for her team. Now, you can't ignore her, because if you ignore her, you die. So it's really important that when you're dealing with a Tracer, you clean her up quickly and early, and then you can go and focus on the fight. I mean, it's good that you're not, like, distracted and shooting ball here or spamming right clicks. As soon as you saw Tracer, you instantly turned your attention on her. Now, playing on health pack, playing on corner, that's good. I would have loved if you'd hit one shot before this point. It's really important to get that initial body shot. Oh, like StarCraft? I don't know. I would have to be more familiar with those games. Okay, now, chat. Obviously, mechanically, pretty cruddy there. You did say you needed healing. You got the mini health pack. You kited around a corner because your positioning was good, so you survived. But mechanically, that's pretty mediocre. But, you know, now you're in a position where you can push down main. And again here, when I say push down main, I mean put pressure on main, but where should you be putting pressure? Like right now, chat, where should our Zen be pushing? Can you guys tell me? Where should our Zen be positioned here? Where should our Zen be positioned or pushing towards? Walk right and shoot? Maybe, yeah. That might work. So you'd either want to swing wide and put pressure down here, or I would prefer you to be pushing up with your Sigma. Go up with your Sigma. Don't just walk down main. I don't think even main, like main, maybe just get a quick discord, maybe okay, because of the amount of time, but like you want to be pushing on the angle. You haven't done a lot this fight. It's kind of weird. Zen in this meta is like, especially with like, sometimes you're literally just making sure that you're harming your discord in the right spot sometimes. Like I had a very similar matchup with this in a game yesterday that I saw. It was like the Zen basically had like no damage whatsoever. But he like helped a lot by his stuff is always in the right spot. Okay. Huge. Oh no, what happened to your ball? What happened to your ball, man? Did you get booped and just like...
My ultimate is almost ready.
Oh, okay. He messed up and he was like, I'm feeding. I'm just going to jump off the map. I don't know why he slammed, though. I'm not sure. Okay, chat. So this is, your rotation is really slow. This is, as soon as your ball dies, you need to be piecing out of dodge. Your ball's dead. You're very slow. And okay, keep backing, keep backing, keep backing. Okay, so this is where you back all the way to this corner. And it's, again, really important that you don't get distracted by what's happening on main. I don't know what Damien's doing. Damien is just a complete moron. Actually, maybe you do focus on main, but like you focus on main only as long as there's nothing on your side to side angle. There's no ball here. There's no tracer here. Okay, shoot main. I have no idea what he's doing. Huge kill. That'll slow them down a lot. You could probably trance this. Okay. Oh, no, not going to. You guys are fine. Okay, so right now, chat. Who's target priority? Who's target priority right now? Who should we be supporting right now? Who should we be supporting? Sorry for the noise. Okay, your tracer's in, your ball is in, so either of these guys are okay, but as quickly as you can, you need to shift your support to your Sigma, because your Sigma's aggressively on the angle, and remember, these guys are not a threat to you. They're really not a threat to you, and they're not really a threat to your team. This guy is. Because guess what? He's on the angle. Like I'm gonna sound like a broken record. If you get rid of this ball and send him back to your team, you will be able to stabilize and win this fight. You will be able to stabilize and win this fight. If you put all your pressure here and your Sigma gets in trouble and this ball gets a good boop, then you're in serious trouble. Help your Sigma. Yes, yes. This is what we want to see. Help your Sigma, bully the ball out. Soon it just gets directed. Questionable trance. Very questionable trance. Nice shot. Remember the last time I looked at Owning God's Tracer, I wasn't particularly impressed with it. Maybe it's improved, but I feel like at some point I looked at his Tracer, and at some point, Lepsing's Footfall, and it wasn't particularly good. I mean, case in point, he moved like a truck. Soonest Tracer is much better. Nice. Ball. Dude, okay. This is what I'm talking about. Okay? This is how you lose fights. Okay? Is this Isthmus? No, okay, here's the thing. Alpha, the only thing you're alpha at is feeding first. You've shown an immense propensity for getting picked completely unnecessarily by getting yourself completely caught out of position. When you've died repeatedly to Zenyatta right clicks, something's wrong. It's no longer yellow light time, it's red light time. Stop. Get some help. There's some serious issue here. Because chat, what is the fundamental concept that Alpha is throwing in the garbage can by dying here? What's he doing? Backbone Tracer? Yeah, I think Backbone's better than Tracer, for sure. What's wrong with what Alpha does here? What's wrong with what Alpha does here? Can you see it? Do 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 you see it? Natural cover, number one. But so it's not only natural cover, but it's also the overall positional error. You had a good angle here. You had cover. You could peek on this Zen for free. You could shoot on this ball for free. Why would you walk into the middle of the fight? Because best case scenario, their Zen now no longer has to look this way. You see what the problem with this is? This is why angles matter. Because this Zen is under significantly less pressure because he can hide from all damage because all the damage is on this side of the map. Right? So all you're doing is you're giving that Zen like a nice breath of fresh air. Oh, Zen, I was shooting at you from an angle, or there was the threat that any time I could peek you, so that was scary. But you know what? No, I'm just gonna stand with my friends. It's like watching a horror movie, and all the jump scares happen like in front of the thing. Like they're just walking down the street, and like from like 20 feet away, a big bad guy jumps out the bush. Boo! And they're like, ah, wow, that was scary, man. Man, you really got me there. That was pretty spooky. That was pretty spooky, right? And then later on in the movie, you know, they're walking into the house under the flashlight, you know, and at the dark end of the hallway, you know, something pops out. Hey, boo! Boo! Oh, wow! What are you doing in my house? Get out of here, man! Get out of here, man! You scared the pants off of me, right? You know, you remember the stereotypical mirror scene, you know, where they're looking in the mirror, and then you know you see something. But except instead of looking in the mirror, they look in the mirror, they look in the mirror, look in the mirror, and all of a sudden a voice behind them says, "Hey, can you turn around real quick? I can't do this. I can't be taking an angle on you. You gotta wait till you're looking at me." Oh yeah, give me a sec. You know? Like it ruins the whole scare factor. That's the whole point, is cover just doesn't matter if everybody's looking left and right and middle. But if everything on the enemy team is right here clumped up in one little happy meal, then there's no fear. So you're also more at risk, but you also do less. So I have no idea why you went to main. You've just almost single-handedly made this fight losable. Congratulations, uninstall. Wait, where are we at? Oh, I'm way off. You okay? Shut up, bud. I just don't understand why you go here. Like, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. And instantly, your priority should be get my fat, flabby butt cheeks off of the back of this point and go back up to here and start defending this angle from here. Or at least go here. Please, 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 it's the game. The game is everything revolves around that. Please, I'm begging you to get off the point. I'm begging you.
Score.
Maybe he tried to get a clip, but if you're gonna try and get a clip, then go smash Deoxys or whoever this Zenyatta is by doing this. Like play here, and then go and launch a right click from this way. Like that way you might actually do something. You know? Moron. So, questionable trance. Your corner positioning isn't that good either, and then it's okay. So your supporting angle's okay, but you yourself are losing your positioning off the main. So it's kind of weird. We've seen with Lucer, we saw pretty good positioning in terms of his ability to help the angles, but it was like setting himself up, and then he did nothing. He would go shoot just main. For you seem to kind of know who you should be supporting, but you're standing either out in the open or you're prioritizing main way too often. Now, obviously, you didn't do it all the time. You're not, plat. But it's enough to where it's a concern, and you're losing fights or making fights harder than they should have to be because you're not doing it correctly. And that's a concern. That's a concern. All right.
4, 1.
So chat, this is one of the situations where this is why pharmacy is so good on this point, because this is clearly an angle that you have to worry about, but the problem is you can't actually do anything to clear it out. It's like discording a ball in their spawn. Yeah, I get it that you're trying to stop them from doing anything, but nobody in your team can follow up on it. So you have to be, number one, do a really good job. Why am I getting a text message? Okay. You have to do a really good job of, when you're not dealing with Pharaoh, when pharmacy's like here, you're getting crap done. You're getting the harmony on your tracer. This Zen is pressured, the ball is pressured, the diva is pressured. Like whatever you can pressure on those angles, it's done really well. But then do you guys remember yesterday we talked about that internal timer of like, I think Pharaoh is about to do something. That's going to be going because Yenza at some point in the next 30 seconds is going to go hyper aggressive. He has to. So you need to be ready for this and be able to immediately get that Discord, get that shot on or whatever. I also think it's going to be really important, like we talked about in first point, that you're playing a split angle from your McCree whenever you can. Not isolated. They do have tracer ball. You need to be isolated, but don't try not to all clump up to where the Pharah has a lot easier time of engaging. So this is going to be a tricky engagement for you. This is about as hard as it gets when it comes to positioning. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Okay, because what you're not thinking about is your positioning. What you're not doing is harmony. What you're not doing is discording. I mean, your harmony's on the Kree, but obviously, like, you don't just want to assume that that's who needs it right now. And you're distracting yourself from, little Unigod over here, who you should already be, maybe you hit a headshot here. Like, you're reacting now, but you should have been readier sooner. So positioning's poor. You didn't do anything the last 5 seconds. Because, okay, you hit a headshot. Who cares? Right? Who cares? It's not gonna do anything. I mean, this is what happens when you distract shooting at a Pharah. Like you want to match your attention to who's an immediate threat, right? It's why you look at flanks when flanks are being taken. If the ball is sitting back here, you don't discord ball, you discord Zen, right? Because they're basically in the same spot, one squishier than the other. It's when ball starts to move, that's when the discord needs to happen. In this instance here, look at how you position yourself. Look at what you're doing as your team is rotating. Look at this. Move this in slow speed. Look at your positioning. Look at you. Look at you. You start shooting Zen, the tracer, because you're not even paying attention, you end up being really late on this rotation. Really late in this rotation, and you get booped. Whereas you could have positioned yourself either to avoid the boop here, could have played this here, around this corner, or could have even pushed inside. Now, I'm not as big of a fan of pushing inside, so I understand that. But, like, can you imagine if you'd just been positioned here? Like, you wouldn't have died. You would not have died if you positioned here. And this is all from distracting yourself by shooting a Pharah who was doing absolutely nothing and was untouchable. It was pointless. So, yeah, you deserve to die. The easiest dive in the world. And this is where your team's going to really miss you. This fight was 100% easy win. Huge DMAG. You guys probably should win this now. That's unfortunate. You guys are really missing your Kree. Gotta get rest. Okay, good priority in the Discord there with the Pharah, obviously. Like in the middle of those devolve fights, posture check. Okay, listen here, Jamie. Listen, I'm gonna request something for you really quick to shut your trap. Just shut it. Don't say another word. Chat, learn from my mistakes. Raise your kid right, man. What have I done? Okay. This is where Discord and support needs to start happening. This is where you need to start beating the crap out of these guys and make them incapable of engaging. Why? Because is Yenza doing anything right now? Answer, no. You don't give a rip about the Arab warlord. You don't care, okay? This is who matters. This is who matters. You bully them, pressure them, and then when Yenza decides to get cute, flip the switch. Discord, please. Please give Discord. What is this rotate? This is so scuffed. Are you guys fighting out in the open or not? I don't know. I honestly feel bad for you. I hope you had nothing to do with this rotate because this is super sketch. Because if ball tracer engage now, you guys might as well just go ahead and uninstall. Okay, thankfully their ball is too busy playing patty cake with your ball. But this is like a major red alert here. You're probably gonna need to valve just to even make this rotate. Yeah, this is not good at all. I mean, I don't know. Like I hope. Okay, listen. Take this as an opportunity. If you're playing ranked, if you have a functioning mic, please, and you're playing Zen in this comp, you cannot do rotates like this. It's literally never acceptable. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's not acceptable. It's just not acceptable. That's just they literally win the fight because you guys don't stand your ground. You guys could have stood your ground, or you could have played on point. Either one works. Now, there's drawbacks and benefits of both. We could sit here and think about which one would be technically better. But what is definitely worse is saying, we're playing here. Oh, no, wait. We're going to go here as the fight started. No. Literally just handed them a free fight win. So you as a Zenyatta need to be asking, guys, where are we setting up? Where are we fighting? If this is a problem, this can't happen. And the thing is even if this isn't your fault, even if your crease is point, go point, then you need to then like that's like obviously your crease is an idiot, but like if it at all there's anything that you can do to prevent this from happening, you need to. That's something I always coach. Is like don't just blame your teammates because they were more at blame. If there was anything you could have done to prevent it from happening, make it happen. Because you could sit here all day long and be like scrape away and you're violent about how it wasn't really your fault, but you could have done something about it. Res gets moved. You guys probably aren't gonna win this. Okay. Good. Okay. Please, this is priority here. This is priority. This is priority for Harmony here. I don't know who you have Harmony right now, but it's the wrong person. Yeah, it's the wrong person. I don't know if you meant to Harmony like your Sigma or stuff, but I would not even Harmony your Sigma. Yeah, you meant to Harmony your Kree. I wouldn't Harmony your Kree. Your Mercy's here. Again, this is where the fight's won. Because if you send Yizna, the goal here is that Suna and your ball are trying to do is, number one, your ball are trying to get, like, Trace are trying to get out of flank so they can, like, roll through. But the most important thing that they're doing right now is they're clearing Yenza out the flank. Because what Yenza's looking to do is he's going to do Mr. Funnyman Barrage right about here. Okay? If they are unsuccessful at sending him back to the point, then he's going to get a Funny Barrage, and you are very likely to lose. If they are successful, then you can then divert your attention back to main and support your Kree all you like. Because you've won the angle. This is a problem. It's because the thing is like, you're like, oh, we got the kill, good job. But number one, it probably wasn't even necessary to Harmony that. Number two, just because it worked this time doesn't mean it worked others. I completely disagree. Like, I mean, ultimately, like, what has your Harmony actually done here? You need to get trans here. Nice. You guys should be okay. Pressure the ball. Good. Nice. Get the mini. Nice. Okay, are you guys gonna have another rotational catastrophe? Really far in with that flux, but he does hit somebody. Okay, so this is where things get really sketchy. I mean, there's not really a lot of options for you here, but yeah, this is rough. I want you prioritizing Tracer, please. Okay, we have to talk about this. We have to talk about this. Okay, listen. This is now the second retake that you guys have lost because your team has gotten split with whether you guys are worried about point or not and where you're actually setting up. I want you to look at how this fight ends right about now. Right, or starts rather, okay? There's the Flux, catches the Mercy, kill the Mercy, great. Now, there's no way that you guys should lose this fight. You've killed the Mercy, it's over. But do you see the problem here? Do you see the problem? Do you see how chaotic this is? Do you see how you have gone from being, okay, we're one up, but now you're getting pushed from behind? Do we see this problem? And now if this Sigma, and then as your Sigma loses, okay, now the transits pop, do you see how now you guys are surrounded? And you're not set up anywhere? Do you see this? This is what we hate to see. And you're down one. Or you're up one, rather. This is why map control and angles matter. And this is why, fundamentally, you as a Zenyatta can't be playing, like, can't be roaming the park. You need to be established in setting up your angle somewhere. If you and your McCree were here and, like, either let Tracer cap and prioritize into surviving or supported your ball from, like, here and just, like, set up, you guys would be fine. But you've backed yourself into a corner that you're getting surrounded by. So once again, I'm begging you, if this continues to happen, that you must talk with your team about where you're setting up your angles, because this is, again, another fight lost because you guys get sandwiched, because you guys try and rotate unnecessarily. There is, like, you would never ever choose to position here with your McCree, so why are you here? And Yenza just has a field day.
Damage amplified.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I gotta see this. I gotta see this. This looks like it was good.
Right on target.
That's excellent. Chat, who should be our priority instantly? If this guy dies or is sent away, you can then focus main. Instantly turn down, please. Stay on her. Hit your shots, please. I don't know if you need to work on your trigger discipline against tracers, but this is unacceptable. This right here. Like, let's see how many shots you miss here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 shots. Trigger discipline, son. When you're going against a tracer, the worst thing that you can do is hold down mouse 1. You're not shooting a wall. Selectively hit your shots. One headshot or one body shot and it's GG's. Get the scotch tape off of your mouths and start to actually use your brain. I don't know if it's you panicking or what, but the fact that you're defaulting into just mashing down the button is really concerning. If I was like the one shopkeeper's always distracted watching TV or something while you want to buy something from a shop. Okay, again, this is like, do you see how like even just a momentary distraction at the wrong time is extremely expensive? Right now, obviously you need to be prioritizing this, but as soon as this happens here, instantly prioritize Ball Farah. Until they get off of your butt cheeks, Ball Farah. And then I guess Tracer as well. You just shouldn't die like this. It just shouldn't happen. And the boop on the res again. Gosh, man. No, stop! Oh my god. Oh my gosh, dude. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me thrice. I guess we're back. So for those of you who aren't aware, well, I'll wait a second. I can actually get the, where's the, okay, there's the replay code. We're back.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower, ready for battle.
I literally, the power cord. I hammered so hard, the power cord in my computer fell off. So I guess that's a lesson learned.
5,
I literally hammered and power went out.
2,
So
1.
yeah, we're back.
Round 1. Capture.
I mean, do I even have to go into what the issue was there? Like, do I even have to say? I feel like I have to say. I have to say the thing. That's the Spilo thing. Ha 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 ha. Like, you once again rotate. I did. I literally smashed the desk too hard. I literally lost power because I smashed the desk. It literally just yanked the thing out. Like, do we not see the problem with rotating again and again and again at the very last second? You cannot do this. You can let them cap point. You can let them pressure point. It doesn't matter. But what you cannot do is make these last second rotations. Something bad will almost always happen. Fool me thrice. I mean, I guess the power. I cut the power. That's the fool me thrice. I could not have planned that better. That was completely unintentional. Okay, I guess we keep going. We're almost done. But these mid-fight rotations are unacceptable. I don't care what you have to do. If you have to threaten, don't in Minecraft. But like, don't do it. Don't stop. Don't. It can't. I can't see it anymore. Nice. Now you can go. Okay. We need to be looking at the Pharah. How is it that somehow you spend so much attention looking at the Pharah and then you just stop? Like, look. You're like, oh, conk. I'm good. Oh, and then you just get directed because you're walking in a straight line. Like, you could not mistime this worse. Like, it is not even possible for you to do a worse job than what you're doing right now. Like, I get it that there's a little bit of an urgency in making this rotation, but you stop looking at the Pharah when you're mid-rotation. Yes, the conch is off the table, but she could still shoot rockets. How are you this dense? It's just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. So there's a serious problem with these mid-fight rotations. There's a serious problem with you putting a lot of attention looking at the wrong people and then ignoring people that you need to be looking at when the time actually comes. We saw that in the very first fight on second. We've seen it now with Pharah, twice in a row with Pharah. We're looking at Pharah. Oh, I'm not even paying attention, then you die.
Activating the barrier.
Nice. Keep your tracer orbed. Get that harmony off your mercy. This is a mess. This is kind of loud too. Am I the only one, or did I just turn up my audio? It's kind of loud. Yeah, it's loud, man. Holy cow. You guys gotta scream at me next time I do something this loud. Holy crap. So, holy cow, someone wants to say. Okay, so this is where really quickly here, chat. Who should our support be on right now? If we can do it at all, who should our support be on? Like, I would probably on your Echo, and I would unironically consider even going outside here and start orbing and shooting from this angle here, because you'll get a better angle. Because you're just pumping damage on main. It's too easy for them to LOS you, and you don't actually win any angles. I would really strongly consider you doing this. I think the last time we coached Zen, we talked about this, didn't we? With Aiden. It was on the same map. This fight's over. You're not winning this. All you've done is, because you sat on main, you've let the Brig proc Inspire LOS. Proc Inspire LOS. Proc Inspire LOS. Meanwhile, her team is living on the outside. With just under no contest at all. Like, Brig Mercy is not good. Brig Mercy is just like, hey, I don't die instantly to ball Tracer, but I don't do anything. Okay, nice. Good anticipation there. This is problematic. Okay. Transfer Sigma. Good. Oh, needed to hit the shots.
Justice reigns from above.
Okay. Yeah, you're just getting rolled. Man, man, this is tough. So to me, this is like we've reached a point where stuff is just devolving. Okay, stuff is just evolving. We've snowballed to the point to where we've struggled with our rotations, we've struggled with our movement, we ended up caught and isolated, and now we're just dying off of cooldown because we're getting spawn camped. Like, I don't, at this point in time, I don't think you think about this stuff too much, because it's like, it's a snowball result of you dying to something else that should have happened. You shouldn't even been in that situation. Like, there's a certain amount of deaths and a certain amount of situations that are not necessarily unlucky, but it's like, okay, like, it's just not worth the effort that you have to put into analyzing it. So we focus on the bigger fish, right? So like right now, oh no, you don't go big, do you? You go big. Whatever. Like, you know, instead of solving the problem and like learning how to play better, position better with Zen and target the right things, you just give up. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't have a whole lot to say, honestly, outside of the ones that we've already hammered on. Nothing new. Yeah, I literally cut the power. I hammered so hard, I pulled the cord on accident. It was like trapped on my leg or trapped on the desk, like whatever. You must learn when. Yeah, I actually did it. I hammered 3 times and I just cut off. You must sort the stuff out in terms of your mid-fight rotations. Even though it only happened on 1 run, it happened 3 times in a row, and you died or lost the fight 3 times in a row. I don't care if that happens once a decade. It's still unacceptable. The second thing you need to look at is how you're positioning yourself on those angles, how you're positioning yourself on the outside and supporting the outside. And then the third thing is obviously when you're looking at targets. I think it kind of piggybacks off the second point, because there's like a lot of times you're like shooting at the right targets, but it's at the wrong time. Like obviously you want to be pressuring far because she's a big angle, but like when she's a million miles away, you shouldn't be looking at her, and then you would like stop looking at her when you needed to look at her, and then die to her. And that's not something that we want to be looking at. So lots of little things, but really an overall macro thing that needs to be executed on across the board. Do you guys have any last questions before I wrap this up? Because this was just going to be a short stream. I wasn't even planning on streaming today, but I decided to just do whatever anyway. Any last questions? Don't send in too bad of a VOD, because I'm about to break all my hardware.